Back on the record in cause number 314394, case of style of state of Texas versus Blakely Michelle McLaughlin. Ms. McLaughlin was previously sworn in, and the court was in the process of reading Ms. McLaughlin the motion to revoke probation. State, after reviewing the motion, do you have an amendment, trial amendment you'd like to make?
Yes, Judge. Where it says special amendment filed March 15, 2015, we would ask that the date be adjusted to 2017.
Any objections, Mr.? Okay, no objections? Okay, so that'll be amended to 2017. And I'll just put my initials there. And today's date is 11/21. Okay. Now, Ms. McLaughlin, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, it alleges that on March 8 of 2017, that you, Blakely Michelle McLaughlin, was found guilty for the offense of driving while intoxicated, and your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail and a fine of $500. The confinement was probated for a period of 1 year. I have before me a motion that was filed by the District Attorney's Office on February 12th of 2019. Now, and this motion that I have before me, the state has made what is called a trial amendment. And they're amending the date that the special amendment was filed. And it says that the special amendment that has been amended, that is filed, was March 15 of 2017. And it says, see attached date. And in this motion, it alleges 5 allegations. Now, state, are you abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. McLaughlin, the state is abandoning allegations 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they're proceeding on allegation number 1. And allegation number 1 alleges that you, Blakely Michelle McLaughlin, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court on January 24th of 2019 as directed in violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
True. Now, are you pleading true to allegation number 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. McLaughlin, I also have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. And Ms. McLaughlin, do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And on the first page, it has one box that's checked, says MTRP. MTRP means motion to revoke probation.
Yes.
Do you understand it? And on page 2 of the same document, oh, she wrote her name. Just have an initial. You could, she had wrote her name on there. You can take that stylus, Miss McLaughlin, the back of it acts as an eraser. You see where you have your name written?
Yeah, initially.
Just initial, yes. Thank you.
Is that truly correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. McLaughlin, I have before me the misdemeanor plea admonishment on page 2, set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked. Hey, Grace. Okay.
It was allegation 1 on there, Judge.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think they wrote it, they got it laying down. Okay, now, Ms. McLaughlin, you pled true to allegation number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Do I have your permission to write allegation number 1 on this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just put number 1. Now, Ms. McLaughlin, there's a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegation number 1. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the top, a line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is titled, oh, she did it wrong. Okay. Let me get this back to you. You had Blakely M, and on the next page, you had Blakely McLaughlin. I guess you could, you just fill out, just finish the rest of you.
Okay.
The M.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's not a problem.
You want to make a copy of that?
No, that's gonna be filed.
Oh, yeah, you just said you.
Now, Mr. McLaughlin, is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the, not on this next document, which is trial court certification defense right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case. You have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mr. McLaughlin. Where is the discovery certification?
Oh, since it's an MTRP, we don't.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. Ms. McLaughlin, these documents that I've just went over with you, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any, and what is that? Well, let me do this
Do
here.
I need to?
No, I needed to state, would you like to offer state's exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Any objections? Okay, no objections, state's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Now, Mr. Boudreaux, you advising counsel, Ms. McLaughlin. Is there any evidence that she's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Ms. McLaughlin, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ms. McLaughlin, I will accept your plea of true to allegation number 1. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of true and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. Now, state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The agreement is for 30 days county jail with 30 days credit. Tax and retire the court costs, and the state is dismissing cause number 323012.
Okay, Ms. McLaughlin, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $67, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. And the state will also be dismissing cause number 323012. Ms. McLaughlin, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. McLaughlin, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. McLaughlin, I'm in the process of signing your dismissal. You're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of our court clerk. And once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. And I think that if there's a warrant, the warrant will be lifted today. But you need to keep your judgment that she gives you with you in case you get stopped.
That way I can show it to
Yes.
Can I go ahead and get your right thumbprint on that blue light in front of you? Thank you. Can I read it?
That's you.
All right, so let me
Okay, we're in session in clause number 326646, cases filed state of Texas versus Travis Cannon. We have Mr. Cannon appearing via Zoom. Mr. Cannon, you could turn your mic off. Mr. Cannon, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, now, Mr. Cannon, your attorney, Mr. Joe Vasquez is present. Mr. Vasquez, what's your announcement?
Your Honor, we asked for a reset on Mr. Cannon to see how he progresses with the program.
How long, he's in the BIP program?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long, Mr. Cannon, how long have you been in the BIP program?
For about 15 weeks, I got just 3 sessions left.
Wow. So they have a session like once a week?
Yes, sir. Every Wednesday.
That 30 days, we'll be able to determine whether or not he completed it. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
what date is that? This is Travis Cannon, bottom of the announcement docket, page 3, second from the bottom. Yes. Well, we could do the 13th. He should be finished by then. December 13th. Okay, Mr. Cannon, your case is gonna be reset to December 13th. Once you get, your attorney's gonna get you reset, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right. Okay. Okay, we go to our trial docket. Tanya Gonzalez. Would you go get Ms. Gonzalez? Who's the prosecutor on that, Mr. Kimbler? Is it, oh, okay, it's Mr. Boyd.
Thank you.
Okay, your full name, Tanya Drusilla Gonzalez? Ms. Gonzalez, we're here in cause number 323-774. Case filed state of Texas versus Tanya Drusilla Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez, your case is set on the court's trial docket. Ms. Gonzalez, how are you doing? That's good. And Mr. Kimbler, how are you doing?
We're ready.
You ready?
Mhm.
State?
State's ready.
Okay. Now, this case is gonna be reset tomorrow at 1:30 to pick a jury. You and your attorney need to be here tomorrow at 1:30. All right? All
Your
right.
Honor, let me advise the court, I do have the number 2 case for trial in Judge Stevens Court at 1:30. I think it's highly unlikely it's gonna get reached this afternoon. That's on
Okay,
Mr. Connor.
but just keep us informed.
I don't think it's gonna get reached.
Okay. Just keep us
So
informed.
we'll be back here at 1:30 tomorrow.
All right.
Actually, Connor set an announcement in here today, but I'll bring him back up at 1:30. And we can see what happens.
Where
Okay,
is,
so-
hold on, okay, thank you.
So I'll bring him up at 1:30.
Okay, Connor.
See if we get reached on the phone, which is out.
We have the last page on ours. Page 5.
See, Ashley,
Jonathan Connor.
Jonathan Connor.
So there,
327-550, it's a resisting arrest, search, transport, arises out of the same factual nexus as the.
Yeah, Jonathan Bernard Connor,
Yes, sir.
bottom of page 4. Yeah, he said that, once you call the name, is he here?
He'll be back at 1:30. He was here this morning. He's number 2 on the trial docket for the felony, so I'll be able to.
Well, he didn't answer over here. What we're gonna do is just call his name. I mean, you still have it till 4. Get him. His name is Jonathan Bernard Connor.
Yeah, he'll be back at 1:30.
Okay. make sure he comes back.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Okay, he didn't answer. Now, what, you have another case?
Solarius went into custody. He on the felonies. He was set for trial today.
He went into custody?
And he flunked the drug test, but we anticipate pleading.
Well-
We anticipate pleading him Thursday on the felony, and they're gonna dismiss this misdemeanor as part of the plea bargain.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, I have no problem.
Yeah, he's in-
We'll check with the felony prosecutors, and once he pleads on Thursday, then we will dismiss this case.
Okay, he's on the,
Announcement,
He's right below Connor. Page 4.
yeah, on ours, yeah, he's the next one, Benjamin Solaris. Said he was arrested in drug court.
right, put in custody for flunking a drug test for cocaine. But we've got a plea worked out. We'll just plead Thursday.
Okay, so they're gonna reset him for Thursday?
Once he gets the cocaine out of his system.
Yeah. I want you, Mr. Kimler, you can go and sign for it. Yes. No, oh, this the one, okay, corrected, Yeah.
Is that okay?
yes. We're in session at cause number 328090. Case of style of state of Texas versus Ramon Rocha Jr. We have Mr. Ramon Rocha Jr., who's present in court. Mr. Ramon Rocha Jr. Speaks Spanish, and his attorney, Mr. Jared Gilthorpe, speaks Spanish as well. We're gonna have Mr. Gilthorpe, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Gilthorpe, do you swear or affirm to interpret Spanish to English or to translate Spanish to English and English to Spanish? Subject?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Gilthorpe, you may put your hand down. Is your name Ramon Rocha Jr.?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Rocha? Okay, so you speak some English.
He does speak some English.
Okay, now, Mr. Rocha, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, is going to interpret for you. And so you're gonna have to wait for him to respond to me. Okay, so you're gonna answer him, and then he's gonna tell me what you said. Do you understand? I hear, okay. Now, Mr. Rocha. Well, Mr. Gilthorpe, do you waive a record in Mr. Rocha's case?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Rocha, I have before me an information, and the information alleges that on or about July 31st of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify a fugitive from justice. Mr. Rocha, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, Mr. Rocha, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Rocha, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Rocha, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of this same document, Mr. Rocha, are these your initials on line 1, on the line that's titled guilty?
Yes.
And on page 3 of the same document, Mr. Rocha, is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And on the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Rocha, I also have before me a document that is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on this document?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Rocha, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you in Spanish?
Yes.
And did you understand what he went over?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Rocha, on State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, are these your initials at the bottom of this document?
Yes.
And it's next to a paragraph that is titled Citizenship.
Yes.
I will read this paragraph to you. If you are not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or nola contendere may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand?
Yes.
And did your attorney explain this to you?
Yes.
And do you still want to go forward with your plea?
Yes.
Now, again, is everything in these documents? Your attorney went over all of these documents with you in Spanish, is that correct?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer states 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections.
Okay, no objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Gilthorpe, you advised and counsel Mr. Rocha. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rocha, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Rocha, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for 1 year deferred probation, a $300 fine, and 30 hours community service.
Mr. Rocha, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $300 and court costs of $307. The total fine and court costs come to a total of $607. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a probation fee, excuse me, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And you'll also be required to pay a court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you would have to pay each month while you're on probation, is $155. Mr. Rocha, will you be able to pay the $155?
Yes.
You will also be required to perform 30 hours of community service, and you'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Rocha, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Rocha, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Rocha, please stand on the X next to your attorney. Follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Yes.
Because of the unusual circumstances, my client has been,
You're gonna have your right
she's done everything I've asked her to do. She's normally very easy to get a hold of. Obviously, something must be wrong, but because of the fact she did sign up for probation on Friday, I'm wondering whether you would like, give me a day to bring her back in and let's do this. If the state's not opposed. You know, she's followed all my instructions, you know, she's done everything she's supposed to do. Some very unusual circumstances here.
What's that state?
The state is not opposed to that.
Okay.
I know if I can get her, I'm just afraid I can't. And if I can, I don't want a bond to be forfeited when she's, you know, thinks she's on probation right now.
Okay. Just you resend it till tomorrow, you said? What's,
I'll be in tomorrow morning. I mean, I'll be in here.
okay,
The state has no issue. with
okay.
that.
Just get your reset. Okay.
And at the very, if I can't get her by the end of the day, I'll call her bonding company and we'll put out
you have a valid form of identification with you?
Okay.
APB form.
Yeah, yes, fine.
Okay, we have this, so you can go pick it up in the county clerk's office. Once you're down there, you're gonna report to this address and they'll go.
Lance Dixon,
Hey, Judge, he's gonna be reset the felony. I had him this morning.
okay, where is he? Supposed to be here. He was here.
I think he took off.
He wasn't supposed to leave. I mean, check, because she called his name. He had answered.
Because I had him on felony positive, I had felony this morning. And he was.
Well, I mean, that's why it was reset. I mean,
Yeah. He showed up.
well, I know that. You're gonna have to give him a call.
I think we probably done it. This tape
Well,
off.
yeah, you can just, we'll give you time to give him a call. Let's go to your next case. You got, is that Tanisha Green?
Yeah, I just want to reset her with the felony. She hasn't.
Ms. Green,
She's here.
would you come forward? Okay. We're in session in cause number 326-422, cause number 326-692, cause number 328-106, cause number 328-472, cause number 329-666, and cause number 330046. All 6 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Tanisha Green. Ms. Green, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Green? Okay, Ms. Green, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Langston Adams. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Okay, Mr. Adams, what is your announcement in Ms. Green's cases?
I would like to continue her with her felony.
When is a felony set? February 7th? Okay, we're gonna reset this case to February 7th, 2022. Ms. Green, you can get your reset from your attorney. The attorney, once he gives you reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Yes, that was reset. When Mr. Boyd comes back, Mr. Giltop, we'll do your next case. Your bench trial. That's fine.
I think he's, I'm gonna handle the rest.
Okay, that's fine. Benny Smith. Okay, we're in session in cause number 318-912, case to style the state of Texas versus Benny Brian Smith. Mr. Smith, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Smith?
Good, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Now, state, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, are you ready to proceed?
We're ready to go.
Defense, you waiving a jury trial in this case?
Yes, Judge.
State, do you have any objections?
No objections.
Madam Prosecutor, you may read the information.
In the name and by authority of the state of Texas comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the County Court of Law of Jefferson County, Texas, that in Jefferson County, Texas, Benny Bryan Smith, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore on or about June 25th, 2018, did then and there intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly cause bodily injury to another, namely Leanne McWade, hereafter styled the complainant, by pressing his arm on complainant's neck, causing pain, and at the time of said assault, complainant was members of the same family and household against the peace and unity of the state.
Mr. Benny Bryan Smith, how do you plead?
I'm guilty.
State, would you like to make an opening statement?
State waive city opening.
Defense, would you like to make an opening statement?
We'll waive your honor.
State, you may proceed with your case in chief.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Miss Leanne McWade to the stand.
Okay, Ms. Bailiff? Ms. Bailiff, would you please call Leanne McWade? Leanne McWade. There's no answer?
The state rests, Your Honor.
Defense,
We'll move for an instructed verdict this one.
that motion will be granted. We have an instructed verdict, and because of the instructed verdict, Mr. Benny Smith, you have been acquitted. Your attorney is going to get a copy of the instructed verdict, so if you want to wait around, you can.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Got an instructed verdict.
For non-guilty.
Yeah.
And, what's that cause number?
The cause number, 318912.
For Benny Smith.
Yes. So look like we
I'm
down.
not guilty by instructed verdict of the court.
Yes.
Judge, the only one I have left is he's on Zoom. Traffic appeal, I believe we're gonna be calling that one back down to the JP.
Oh, okay. So y'all gonna do a,
We'd like to reset, they're gonna
That's
file it,
fine.
refile it back with the JP.
okay.
Oh, it's my name. It's my case.
This is cause number 325160. Case is styled State of Texas versus Samuel P. Williams. We have Mr. Samuel Williams appearing via Zoom. Mr. Williams, you can take your mic off of mute. How are you doing, Mr. Williams? Yes. Okay, now, Mr. Williams, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Jared Gilthorpe. And Mr. Gilthorpe, what's your announcement?
Judge, I've spoke with the state on this case, and I believe we're gonna move that one back to the JP court.
Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's gonna be transferred back to JP Court.
Yes, sir. That way the defendant doesn't have to come back in. We're gonna resolve it at that court. That way we can save him a trip.
Okay. So I guess you have to just follow, well, they have to follow necessary paperwork. Okay, Mr. Williams, just go ahead on and give him a reset date, and hopefully they'll do it within that time. They'll do it within that time frame.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll get with them and we'll figure that out before the time comes up. That way the defendant doesn't have to come back over.
right.
So I'm putting it on what, a pretrial docket right now?
Sure.
Announce it.
Or
Yeah,
announcement?
yeah, pretrial. Yeah, do pretrial.
Okay. January 3rd, is that okay?
Yes. Oh, no. Okay, Mr. Williams, your case is What time, what day?
January the 3rd.
Okay, Mr. Williams, your case is being reset to January the 3rd of 2022 to give your attorney and the state time to transfer your case back down to the JP court. And so stay in contact with your attorney and stay in contact with your bondsman. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
Thank you. We're in session in two cases. First case is cause number 329-372. Second case is cause number 329-374. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Gabrielle D. Fontenot. Ms. Fontenot, would you please come forward? Okay. Now, Ms. Fontenot, your full name is Gabrielle D. Fontenot?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Fontenot, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Ms. Fontenot, you are what we call pro se. You're representing yourself prior to this court date. You signed the form waiving your right to have an attorney, and you desire to represent yourself. Is that correct? Now, I think the case was set on the announcement. I could give her an opportunity to get discovery of the evidence from the district attorney's office. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Fontenot, have you had the opportunity to get discovery?
No, the day I had an appointment, I didn't realize that I was gonna have orientation today and ran into a closing time with the DA.
Oh.
I can go tomorrow.
Well, you have to set an appointment.
'Cause I
Ms.
did.
Is this your case or Ms. Boyd's case?
It's my case, Judge.
Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna reset your case to give you time in between the next court date and today to get the discovery of the evidence that you need, okay?
Yes, sir.
So just give us a reset date.
January 24th.
Okay. Your case is gonna be reset to January 24th of 2022. And Ms. Fontenot, you need to make an appointment with the district attorney's office so you can have access to the discovery of the evidence. Now, this will, you're gonna stand on the 4X in front of our court coordinator. She's gonna give you your resets. Once you get your resets, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay, you too, sir.
Mr. Lewis, would you please come forward? This is cause number 323-126, case of style State of Texas versus Lester J. Lewis. Huh? Oh, he does? Okay, so Mr. Lewis, you have previously signed the form waiving your right to attorney desiring to represent yourself. And the case was reset to give you an opportunity to get discovery of the evidence in the state's district attorney's office. Have you been able to get to discovery?
No, let's keep giving reset because they said they can't do nothing because it's another case.
No. My question is, have you made arrangements with the district attorney's office to see the evidence in this case? That's what we call discovery. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you time to, we're gonna reset now your felony case has been reset?
Yes.
When is your felony case reset?
So what's the date? I think it's 29.
Could we check?
It looks like on here, it's November 29th.
Oh, it's on the November 20, oh, I see it, yeah. So your case is reset November 29th, and what you need to do, we're gonna give you an opportunity to, actually, we're gonna set your case on the same day of your felony. And when we do it that way, that means you're gonna have to come here first, check in, then go down there to the felony court. Once you're finished there, come back here. But in the meantime, you need to make arrangements with the district attorney's office in this case so that you can see the evidence that they have. Okay? All right. You can stand on there in the 4X, get your case reset. Once you get your case reset, you'll be free to go. And you just have to contact the district attorney's office. Who does he need to call? Is it you or?
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna still be in this court on, when is this next court?
I'm switching November 29th.
That's the same day. Okay.
It'll be Blake.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess in the meantime, just call the district attorney's office. You got your case number, and they just tell them that, they know you representing yourself, and you need to set up an appointment for discovery. All right, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. I can, you can take. You have any objections?
The state doesn't have any objections. So.
Okay, Mr. Amadeus, your attorney is currently in a district court. So your case is going to be, and your attorney filed a motion for continuance, asking for the case to be reset.
Okay.
And so the state does not have any objections to the case being reset. So therefore, your case is going to be reset February 21st. Now, Mr. Amadeus, your case is going to be reset to February 21st of 2022. Stand on the 4X. You're going to get a copy of that reset. Once you get a copy of the reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay. In what case? Is that? I see somebody named Joseph Broussard. Joseph Broussard here. Page 2 of what docket? Broussard didn't appear. Would you call the name of Joseph Broussard? Oh, wow. Oh, I see. Wow. Let me do this here. Okay.
My cell phone got my receipt and showing that I'm in class. I'll set it right here.
Okay, this is cause number 326-902. Case is filed, the state of Texas versus Richard Lee Thompson. Mr. Thompson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Thompson?
I'm not doing well. Sorry, I hurt my back about 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
so I'm
oh.
struggling to get around.
I can understand that. Now, Mr. Thompson, you see you assigned, are you in the BIP program?
I am in, yeah.
How much more time do you have left?
Well, I'm doing it online, American Integrity, courses, and I have the receipt if you need to see that. It's on
No, I
the
don't.
phone. I'm about 25% complete with the class.
25%.
Yeah, it's 589 questions and I got.
So you have to answer questions? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta read a whole bunch of things and then I answer questions.
Then it's like a
and I read-
test.
Excuse me?
Is it like a test?
Yes, sir. It's a test.
Okay. Give him we're gonna reset you 90 days.
Can we do it any sooner than that?
You think you're gonna be finished?
I think I can have it done by the end of December.
Let's do it at first
I'm just
January.
behind because my back.
Okay, that's
issue, but
fine.
I should be okay.
January 3rd, or we can go.
We could do January the 3rd.
That's. perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll reset it January the 3rd, 2022. Mr. Thompson, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
And we hope that you have a speedy recovery.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with this a long time, so I'm getting kind of used to it.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson, just stand over here. She's gonna reset your
Okay, I
case.
was gonna grab my hat and stuff.
Yeah, you can get it on your way out.
You can go ahead and sign into the box. You won't be able to see it, but I can.
Inside this last one right here.
They signed the reset
Who?
on page, the last one on page 2. On a pretrial, Zachary Nelson.